Good morning. Hi. How are you guys? How's it going? Hope y'all are doing well. Welcome in, welcome in. Let's see, who took my first today? First was taken by Jeremy. Thank you so much, Jeremy, for taking my first today. Makes me very, very happy that you could be my first. Daily Pillows, we've got Jeremy, Chaos the Clown, Lazy, Bean Butler, and Key Energy. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you, all of you, for grabbing your daily pillows. I hope you can be nice and comfy, cozy with your daily pillows. It has been like so thunderstormy the past several days, and I always get like extra sleepy when it's like rainy outside. So I've just been in like a half hibernation mode for like all this week so far. Oh, I'm still a little tired, but we'll keep it cozy. Yeah. I've also been reading so much fan fiction in bed. I love how mobile friendly AO3 is. And like 3 different fics that I've been following updated today. So I got a new chapter for 3 separate fics. It was fantastic. I'm having a good day. Well, welcome in. Let's see. Who do we have in the queue so far? Who's readings? We've got a reading for Chaos the Clown, who wants a general reading, and Lazy, who wants a love reading. So I got plenty of slots left. But we'll go ahead and start with Chaos the Clown's general reading. I'm here, by the way. Just put my cases of water and desk inside the house. Yeah, no worries. I got you, Lazy. Hi, Leonix. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Did you have a good camping trip last weekend? I made you try s'mores. I did. It was a little chilly, but a really good time overall. Yeah, I'm glad you had a fun time. The s'mores were so tasty. Yeah, they're very addicting. Like I said, it's like super nostalgic. I just wish you could have tried it with the graham crackers. It really is a very unique experience with the graham crackers. Darius streamer goals. Aw, you're so sweet. I appreciate you. Now I'm ban ready to ban people. I don't think we have anybody in here who needs to be banned. Everybody's been on their best behavior. They're all very well behaved. So I think you can put down the hammer for now. Also, hi Lemon, welcome in. Even Ham. Well, Ham's not here right now, so. And Ham wants to get banned. You have to realize that. You have to play the opposite of his game. He's itching for a fight. So it's actually more annoying to him if you don't give it to him. So general reading for Chaos the Clown. Let's see what we got for you. And we do have plenty of slots, by the way. We only have 2 people in the queue right now. Just in case any of you would like to snag a reading for yourself. But if you just want to chill, that's cool too. Oh my gosh, look at you. Let's see what we got for you. An interesting lineup. Alright, let's put these up on the screen for you, Chaos the Clown. Starting with... Hi, Sequar. Welcome in. Let's see. And then the final card is... Boop. Oh no, you went through a very bad breakup? Oh, dude, I'm so sorry. Dude, breakups always suck. They always suck. But the two best things for a breakup are ice cream and a haircut. It'll help. It'll help. Ice cream and a haircut. I believe in you. Those are the two most powerful forces for healing after a breakup. Alrighty. So we got all of the cards for you. So hi, Darren. Welcome in. In order of left to right, Chaos the Clown, for your general reading, we have the reverse 8 of coins and the Ace of Swords and the reverse Lovers card. Yes, the white girl solution of giving myself bangs. I mean, it doesn't have to be bangs. It doesn't have to be bangs, but a dramatic haircut can do wonders for you. Also, like, it's hair. You can be a little dramatic, like, with, like, your style choices. It'll grow back if it doesn't look good. But I feel like it's like a way of reclaiming yourself, you know? It's like, I'm me. I can do what I want. There's nobody gonna stop me. I'm gonna find myself, and I'm gonna start with a new haircut. And then you're like, you know what? And through this haircut, I found out that this is not me. Or maybe you realize that it is you, and it gives you an extra confidence boost, you know? Whatever it is, it's a way to take control for yourself again. That's why the haircut's such a cathartic feeling after a breakup. It's catharsis. Swords, yeah, we have one sword. We have the Ace of Swords. But we start with the 8 of coins reversed, right? And the 8 of coins reversed is very much like a card of like a lack of concentration, kind of like a little bit of burnout in a sense. It's the feeling of like not all hobbies should become jobs. Something that you loved is kind of being tainted by like the how do you describe it? Like the physical, like menial aspects of it, you know? I was like, thank you for the lyric wandering. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll take a sip of my water too. So like the whole thing is like something that you loved is now kind of getting corrupted by like all of the tedious details. What was once something that brought you joy is now work, right? But we follow it up with the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is a card of victory, idealism, the power of refinding what brings you joy, right? This is very much like a card of fighting for what matters most to you and not being afraid to cut yourself free of what you need to heal, right? And then interestingly, we follow that up with the reverse Lovers card. And the reverse Lovers card is, again, this feeling of like, kind of just going through the motions. You're doing it because you feel like you have to, not because you love it anymore. So to me, Chaos, this kind of feels like you were doing something that you really enjoyed, and now it's kind of become work for you, and it's kind of been just stressing you out, but you feel like you kind of had to stick with it because of whatever reason. But I feel like the cards are kind of telling you, like, look back to the source, look back to the roots. Why did you love this in the first place, right? Why did you start this in the first place? What made you happy, right? Is there a way we can go back to the beginning of that? What can we cut away that you don't have to do, that you sort of taken on to yourself? What is this tedious, like, menial stuff that you've been doing or you've been getting over your head in? And cut back the layers and see why you fell in love with this thing in the first place. And maybe you can revitalize your actual love for it again. Because right now it just feels like it's another job, and that's not helpful for you right now. So like I said, it's kind of just like going back to the source. Like, for instance, if it's like art, you know, maybe you were doing art and then you started doing it as a job, and then you kind of, now it just feels like work because you're doing art for other people. Maybe you just don't feel like you have enough time to play with mediums or get creative with compositions or anything like that. It's like, okay, well, maybe we can set aside some time for you to play around with those things, to have fun with those things, and just enjoy the process. Because even whenever you are doing something like art for a job, you do still need to just draw some stuff for you. I will say I personally don't have too much time to be able to draw a lot of personal pieces for myself anymore. But whenever I do, I always do just kind of let the inspiration take care of whatever's going on in my head, and I have fun with it. Or I try to force myself to have the creative outlets. Like for me, my ASMR roleplay is kind of like a creative outlet for me, because I get to come up with like all the crazy themes, and then I get to draw all the silly art for it, and then I get to like do all the stuff for it. So that's like my that's like my forced creativity right there, is coming up with the ASMR roleplay videos and stuff like that. And it's a chance for me to do creative art for those videos, thumbnail art for myself, that I probably wouldn't do otherwise, because I'm, you know, normally too busy working on commissions and stuff like that. They don't really get a chance to draw for me. So I think just finding a way that you can force yourself to do something fun for yourself can be immensely helpful in relearning why you love something in the first place, you know? Also, hi, Vertexiality, welcome in. But yeah, I hope that helps. So can I change my reading to a self-love reading? Yeah, we can do that. We can do that for you, Lazy. Yeah, my fingers are crossed for you, Chaos. Sometimes you just gotta, like, Hallmark movie, rediscover why you loved the thing in the first place. You know? Alright, and Lazy wants a love reading. So let's see what we got for you, Lazy. Oh my goodness. A self-love reading. You know, I did not do a haircut yet, but I did buy my first woman's razor. I'm working on some personal deforestation. I work for like an hour and I'm not done, but I had to stop for the night. Oh my god, you gotta put on the silk pajama pants. If you shaved your legs, you have to wear silk pajama pants immediately after. That is the only reason I ever shave my legs, is because of the pajama pants. The feeling of like soft fabric against freshly shaved legs is like the ultimate bliss. It is the only thing that convinces me to shave my legs. I do not own silk pajama. Well, do you just soft fabric? Any soft fabric, fluffy soft fabric. But you should invest in some silk pajama pants. It's a worthy investment. What's a high rent? But just any soft fabric will do in a pinch. You know, if you have like nice clean sheets when you're in the bed, you just like rub your legs against your blankets. I've done that too. All right, let's see what we got for your self-love reading, Lazy. Ooh, okay. All three of these are upside down, so we are just gonna read them all right side up instead. Also, nobody told me how much smoother women's razors are. I don't think I could cut myself if I tried. They are all upside down, but when they are all upside down, I do read them all right side up. I think I don't really bother with the women's razors because they're more expensive, but they're often the same. What matters most, I think, is prepping, right? So like shaving cream or like shaving gel, I think that's what makes a world of a difference with getting a smooth glide, right? Exfoliating, washing your skin, making sure it's clean, and then using the shaving gel or shaving foam, I think really helps with getting an actual clean shave, I will say. Because I just use whatever razors are cheapest. I'm gonna be sober with you. Alrighty. Let's put these up on the screen for you, Lazy. Starting with... I didn't use anything like that. The razor said you didn't have to because of the gel shit it had in the razor guard. Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Oh, you got like one of those fancy like Venus razors, didn't you? Those can be pretty decent. I've used those before. Hell yeah, you deserve it. Hell yeah. You gotta splurge. Treat yourself. Then the final card. There we go. Alrighty, so we got all the cards for you, Lazy, for your self-love reading. In order of left to right, we have the 8 of Swords, the Ace of Coins, and the 3 of Coins. So we start with the 8 of Swords. And the 8 of Swords is a card of feeling frozen or stuck in place, unable to leave a bad situation, usually out of like fear that you'll end up in a worse situation sometimes, or whatever it might be. But to me, it feels like the reason why you can't move forward is because you're scared, right? That's the number one thing. You're scared of something that you don't need to be. You could very easily, I think, cut yourself out of this. Oh my god. Hi, Shkump. Hi. Welcome in. Did you have fun? Did you win? Welcome in, Raiders. We're just doing some tarot for chat. Yeah, so we have that 8 of Swords, also high-fi. And the 8 of Swords is very much, like I said, it's fear. You're afraid, I think, to take that step. Because, I mean, I'm not sure why exactly, but there could be a ton of reasons. But I think the number one thing here is maybe you don't know if you're allowed to, right? You don't know if you're allowed to do this. And then we follow it up with the Ace of Coins. And the Ace of Coins is a card of self-pleasure, right? Hedonism. It's doing things for your sake, doing things because it makes you happy, right? That's the beauty of the Ace of Coins. So hi, Mita. Welcome in. Hope you're doing good. Welcome in, welcome in. Did you win? Did you win TTRPG? The Ace of Coins is the master jacking your shit card. Yeah, it's the love yourself, indulge yourself, treat yourself. This is the treat yourself card. The Ace of Coins is the treat yourself card. You got up to the boss. We didn't fight the boss. Oh, that's next session. Next session. Let's go. Starting right from this top with the boss. That'll be exciting. But yeah, so the Ace of Coins really tells you, like, the best thing you can do is treat yourself. Indulge yourself. It is okay to spoil yourself. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. It's not illegal. You're not going to get in trouble for doing things just because you want to and for no other reason. You can just do something just because you wanna. Nobody's going to arrest you. As long as it's not, like, illegal. But, like, if you just want to, if you want to do something, or if you don't want to do something just because you don't want to or you want to, that is enough reason to just either do or not do it. You don't really need any further justification. It's cool if you do, but, like, if you don't wanna, you don't have to. And if you do wanna, then that's all you need to do it, right? And then we follow it up with the Three of Coins. And the Three of Coins is a card of honing your skills, mastering a craft. I think you want to branch out. I think you want to branch out. You want to try new things. You want to do something new. You want to invest in, maybe it's like a skill or like a new hobby or whatever it is. I think you want to put yourself out there, but you're scared. And the cards are like, just do it. Have fun. Like, who cares? Just do it because you want to. That's more than enough reason, right? You don't have to be good at it to enjoy it. You'll get good at it as you do it, right? It's okay to suck when you start. Everybody sucks when they start. That's not a... Don't let that fear, I think, tie you down, right? Don't let the fear of, like, other people perceiving you be what holds you back from doing something that you love and enjoy, you know? It's scary how accurate this is. Well, I'm glad it's resonating. Also, Scorpion, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. But I really do think the key thing here is the cards are like, just fucking do it because you wanna. That's all you need. Like, who cares about everybody else? Do it because it makes you happy. That's more than enough. And you'll get better over time, right? That's what the Three of Coins is all about too. It's like you'll get better at it over time anyway. So the best time to start is now, so that you'll be better at it later. You know? Just go for it. Do it. Do it because it's fun. Do it because you want to. That's all the reason you need. So there you go. I hope that helps encourage you to do it and to not be afraid. Sometimes self-love is about recognizing that you just want to do things for your sake and for nobody else's. And that's okay. That's more than okay. Next up, we've got Leonix, who wants a love reading as well. This reading did help a lot. Yeah, I'm glad to hear it, Lazy. I'm really glad. Sometimes you just need a little extra boost. A little extra encouragement. Somebody to tell you that it's okay to indulge yourself. It's okay to treat yourself. Yeah, it's you next, Leonix. And let's see what Leonix's love reading is. Yeah, I mean, for things like that I'm interested in, I got into anime because it seemed like fun. I got into art and drawing anime because it seemed like fun. I liked seeing the panels in my manga and I wanted to redraw them. I was like, well, now I also want to draw my own stuff. And then writing. I was writing fan fiction for my favorite characters kissing, right? In high school, I was writing yaoi fan fiction and posting it on fanfiction.net, right? I was doing that for me. I wasn't doing that for anybody else. But that helped me get better at writing because I wanted to write better yaoi. And then I started drawing more art because I wanted to draw more yaoi. And then I wanted to draw my character, and I wanted to draw other people and other scenes, and I wanted to write more things. And you do it because you love it, because it makes you happy. You get better at it over time. But you do things like creativity because it's fun. It's the whole reason you do it, yeah. I was made to bring more yaoi into this world. At the very least, more yaoi awareness. Wish you could do yaoi music somehow. Yes, you can. You absolutely. Have you not seen people make yaoi playlists and AMVs? Do you know what an AMV is, Lemon? People literally make playlists for their favorite characters of like, here's all of the songs that I think of when I think of these two characters as a ship, and they make entire playlists for them. Or they'll do you know what a songfic is, Lemon? Do you know what a songfic is? It is an entire fanfic based off of a song, right? They take a song, they use the lyrics, and then they write the story around the lyrics to fit their ship. That's what a songfic is. Did you know that? Right? And like I said, AMVs, animated music videos, where people do like compilations of like art, other people's art. It doesn't even have to be their own art, other people's art with credit, of the ship, and like edit it into a video with the music that fits. Those are ways that you can contribute to yaoi with music. I mean, there are people who make fan songs too. I mean, and speaking of fan songs, I think one of the most popular fan songs I can think of off the top of my head is Discord. But these aren't making yaoi by making music. They're taking music and doing yaoi inspired by such a thing. I mean, you can though. What is a love song? Can you not just make a love song? I mean, there are music videos too where it's like, I mean, have you seen any of Lil Nas X's music videos? All of his shit from like when he blew up was like gay love songs. You have instantly reframed the way I see love songs. Yeah, exactly. I mean, for real though, what is a love song except just like yaoi, yuri, or you know, het het ships being sung, you know? I don't want to call it slop. There's some good het ships out there. I do like some canon het ships. I can't think of any off the top of my head right now, but I've definitely indulged in some. I mean, I do play like otome games, and otome games are het, so. But if you imagine everybody's bisexual, then it's still queer. And I headcanon everybody is bisexual until explicitly stated otherwise. Name one het. Oh god, don't put me on the spot like this. No, I've written for a het ship before. I've written what was the het ship that I wrote before? It's from Fruits Basket. I wrote a fanfic for Fruits Basket. Oh god, I can't even remember their names. Shit. Hold on, what is his name? I forgot his name. I remember the girl's name, but I don't remember his name, and he's a main character. What the fuck? Okay, so it was Hattori and Kana, right? So it was Hattori and Kana. I wrote a fanfic about them. And they're straight. And they were married in the... I don't know if they were married. They were engaged, but I don't think they actually managed to get married. Yeah. So I did write a fanfic of those, and that's a straight ship. That's a straight ship. So Hormia is cute. Yeah, Hormia is cute. There you go. There, I named one het. I've satisfied your requirements. Hormia might go. It is a cute one. Oh, but speaking of music and like gay though, are you guys excited for the guy she was interested in wasn't a guy at all? The anime adaptation? We're getting Yuri, Green Yuri. And the opening song is by Nirvana, bro. They got Nirvana for the opening. Is that not insane? I was wondering, I remember I literally talked about it in my, like, I was chatting about it in my Discord. I was like, I wonder how they're gonna do the adaptation, the anime adaptation for it, because there's so many references to like actual real like American bands and like rock bands and stuff like that. Kurt Cobain would have been a Hima Joshi if she was still alive. True. How does the whole tarot thing work? Okay, so tarot cards work because every single card has a specific meaning, right? There's a specific meaning attached to each individual card, right? And so when you ask a question and you're like reflecting on something, whatever it is, you pull out the cards and you look at the individual cards and their meanings. And then what those meanings resonate with you helps you sort of come to your own answers, right? It helps pull you into like a more outside point of view for your own personal introspection, right? That's the beauty of tarot. So it's not like I can tell you the lottery numbers because you don't know the lottery numbers. You wouldn't be able to figure out the lottery numbers through tarot because that's not what you're asking for, right? Yeah, it's guided meditation from a deck of cards. Yeah, I've always just been curious. Yeah, I gotcha. Well, we are about to do a love reading for Leonix. I got really distracted talking about Yaoi and Yuri. So, but we're going to do a love reading for Leonix and you can watch. And I think that'll help you understand, you know? What's a hi, wizard? Welcome in. Hope you're doing good. But yeah, I was really curious how they were gonna adapt the music for that. What are good questions to ask? Just open-ended questions, I think, are the best ones to ask. Like, so people will be like, give me advice about my job, or give me advice for how to find inspiration for art. Or some people will be like, oh, how can I get some love advice? It's basically asking for advice, you know? Some people will keep it super open-ended. Some people will be like, I'm having, you know, friendship problems with so-and-so, and I just don't know how to go about repairing our friendship. So then the cards will give some advice for that. It's like, have you considered doing this, maybe? Have you considered, you know, maybe you're having difficulty communicating in this way. Maybe you could try doing that, you know? That's kind of what that is. So as long as it's an open-ended question, that's where the tarot cards shine. They're not really used for yes/no questions. Because the beauty of the cards is that they're so open-ended, you can kind of feel where you resonate most with things. Like, oh, I see this. I can see where I can apply this. You know, I can actually see how this could be helpful for me. You know, that's what it is. How do you deal with the past loss? That a decent one? Yeah, I think that could be a decent one for sure. That's tough. Transfemme Kurt Cobain is a fascinating exploration into people. I think that's very intriguing. I wouldn't be able to say, you know, I don't like to assign anything to people who couldn't give those types of terms for themselves, because I mean, they're the only person who really knows how they would truly identify as. But I do think it's always fun to see people's like headcanons for things. I will say, speaking of like headcanons, I think one of the most interesting things I've seen is, and because I've been reading, I told you, I've been reading a lot of fan fiction. I've been reading a lot of Project Hail Mary fan fiction. It is so interesting how much of the fandom views Rylan Grace as a trans man. I will say, I think that's very interesting. There's some characters, some specific characters, and some specific characters really do just resonate with a specific group of people, and they just like adopt them as like, yeah, no, this guy's a trans guy now, actually. And so like 80% of the fics will headcanon them as a trans man. I find that fascinating that like there's specific characters that people in the community will just adopt as like, oh yeah, they're trans for sure. I think it's so fascinating to see. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got for you. For your love reading, Leonix. Okay. Oh, we also got to grab your Oracle card because you are subbed. Ooh, I feel like you get this one a lot, actually. I feel like this is a very common Oracle card for you. All right, let's put these up on the screen for you, Leonix, for your love reading. Starting with... Oh shit, that's the wrong one. The wrong folder. I was wondering why that wasn't showing up. Teehee. It is actually this one. There we go. Okay. We've got all of the cards for you, Leonix, for your love reading in order of left to right. We have the 8 of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and the reverse 7 of Coins. And then for your Oracle card, you have Oak Tree. Oak Tree. So we start with the 8 of Wands, right? And the 8 of Wands is a card of you're juggling a lot of stuff. You got a lot of stuff on your plates, but you are handling it all well. That's what the 8 of Wands is. It's like there's kind of a lot of stuff getting thrown at you, a lot of projects you're taking on, a lot of things that you're doing, a lot of different pots on the stove, but you're doing pretty good at taking care of it all. Feels like you've kind of got everything under control. You're keeping an eye on everything. Nothing's exploding. Nothing's burning. Good job so far. Good job so far. So hi, Brandy. And then we followed up with the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is somebody who is very much like strong, stern, on their guard, but also I think very much clear eyes on the target, eyes on the prize of what they want to accomplish. And I feel like this is maybe the kind of person that you're looking for right now, somebody who knows exactly what they want. Right? They're not unsure of themselves at all when it comes to things. They know what they want to do. They know who they want to go for. They know how they want to get it. I get Queen of Swords and Empress a lot for my love readings. Yeah. You want a dommy mommy, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You want somebody who will take control, who will lead for you, right? Perhaps. Yeah. Yeah. You want somebody who you don't have to worry about, right? They can take care of themselves. They know what it is they want and they know how they're going to get it, right? That's what's attractive to you, and that's the kind of person that you're looking for in a relationship. Who doesn't want a dommy mommy? True, true. And then we follow it up with the reverse 7 of coins. And the reverse 7 of coins is kind of like impatience. You're getting a little antsy. It feels very much like you're working hard, but not with really much satisfaction, right? You're doing a lot of stuff, but it doesn't feel like you're satisfied by a lot of the stuff that you're doing. And I think all you can do is just stop and look at the actions that you're taking for yourself, right? So hi, Condor, welcome in. So you're doing a lot of things, you're juggling a lot of stuff, you're doing well in all of it, but what is it accomplishing, right? In the sense of like, what is it actually doing for you? Is it actually giving you fulfillment? Is it actually bringing you joy? Is it actually sparking anything for you? Or are you doing it because you kind of feel like you have to, and this is the way things have to be done to get what you're looking for? You know? I don't think you need to force yourself to handle all of these things for the sake of thinking that it'll lead you down the proper path to finding what you're looking for. You know? There are 1,000,001 ways to do what you want and how you want to do it. And I think it's just a matter of finding what actually works for you, what you actually want to do, and cutting out the things that are unnecessary. And then I think you can utilize that energy in the stuff you actually want to when it comes to looking for love. Question, do you love watermelon during summers? Yeah. I haven't had any watermelon this summer. It is in season. I should get some. I've been seeing a lot of recipes for it. But yeah, I do like watermelon. It's very yummy. But yeah, I think it's very much just like you are handling all of the things that you're doing very well. But I don't think you need to be handling all of this, is kind of the thing. I don't think you actually need to be doing all of this stuff. You're kind of doing a lot of it just for the sake of you feel like maybe you have to, you feel obligated to. This is the right course of action. These are the proper things I have to do to get this shit done. It's like, but do you? Do you actually have to do that? Or have you kind of convinced yourself that this is the only way? Because it's not the only way, you know? And then we follow it up with your final card, your Oracle card, which is Oak Tree, which is a card of power, courage, and strength. Setting down your roots, right? Finding your sense of stability for yourself, finding your own strength, but also being strength for others, right? The oak tree is a massive shelter for a variety of animals that live near it and in it, right? You provide a safe space for people. And I think that's also something that can be very helpful for you in your search for love. Also, hi, Kobe. Welcome in. How are you? Yes, I think the key thing here is while you are handling and juggling everything super well, I think there's a lot of stuff that you can, you know, cut off the stove and save some space for yourself and save some energy for yourself and invest that in something that actually matters to you. Because you don't need to be doing all of this. You're doing it because you feel like you have to, but you really don't have to. But yeah, I hope that helps, Leonix. Fingers crossed. Did I miss out on some good advice? Nah, we only started not too long ago. Let's see, next up is the crispiest lemon, who would like cards insight after a bad breakup. Let's see what the cards got to say for you, Lemon. What advice do they have for you after your breakup? Like I said, I already gave you my advice. Ice cream and haircut. It does wonders for the soul. Well, let's see what the cards have to say. Very fitting. Very fitting. Of course. That would happen. Alrighty. It's already midnight. Oh my gosh, you're right. It is already midnight. That's crazy. Time flies. Alright, let's put these cards up on the screen for you, Lemon, so you can see what I'm saying. So for some context, oh, yeah, that's rough. He has terminal cancer. Tried to make it work for almost a year, a few months shy, but eventually I just couldn't handle a relationship where I wasn't allowed to imagine a future. It's hard. It is hard. I mean, I've never been in a situation like that, but I can only imagine, right? Like wanting to build a future with somebody, but knowing that you can't, right? That's difficult. And it is hard to have to break up for something like that. But I think it is just a matter of, you know, you do have to pick and choose your battles when it comes to a lot of these things. And I think you did pick and choose your battles. And that's all you can do. I mean, not every relationship will last, but whether it's from this, you know, circumstance or any other circumstance. Maybe you just move away, or maybe, you know, you just go your separate ways, or your distance, or, you know, new job, or just not having enough time to spend, whatever it is. Relationships end in a variety of ways. I don't think that's necessarily either party's fault, you know? I don't think you're a monster. I don't think you're a monster for that. It's a massive amount of responsibility. And I'm sure he is aware of that too, you know? I wouldn't want, like, I'm imagining in his shoes, I wouldn't want to leave somebody behind like that, you know? Especially somebody that I've only been dating for like a year, right? I mean, sure, a year is a long time in a lot of instances, but it's not that long. It's not like you were married, you were casually dating. And I think it's okay to recognize that that was too much for you, you know? I think that doesn't make you a monster. If you were mean and like shitty about it, I think that would be bad, but I don't think you were, especially with how much you're beating yourself up over it. I think you just recognize that that's not something you can handle. I mean, death is scary. Illness is scary. Knowing that somebody is gonna die, you know, I mean, that's tough. It's tough, and it only just gets crazier, you know? It gets even more complicated. Well, hold on. While you tell me about that, let me put these cards up on the screen for you so you can see what we got for you. And then we've got... Would you ever want to do a cooking stream? It would be fun. I've thought about it, but our kitchen is kind of like a mess. I would absolutely have to clean our kitchen if I was going to do a cooking stream. And I don't think I have any of the equipment to do like hand cam or anything like that. And then... Oh, we were poly. We have a mutual girlfriend. I have not broken up with her, and he hasn't either. Oh my god, so she's like caught in the middle of like a love triangle. That's crazy. Oh my god, that's like some soap opera shit right there. I mean, that would make it fantastic television, I'm not gonna lie. So What do you cook in specific? What do you mean? Like food? I cook a lot of stuff. I make most of my meals. I also make desserts, you know. I bake a little bit too. Your kitchen better not look like ours from 2017 because we got roach infested. No, we don't have roaches. Ugh, no, I would not allow roaches. No, I hate roaches. No, there are absolutely no roaches. It's just kind of tiny, a little bit messy. And I don't think it would be great for filming. I don't think the lighting would be good enough either. And plus, I don't have the equipment to really record and do all of that. So I don't think I would be able to do a stream. Maybe I'd be able to make like an edited video one day, but I don't think I could stream me cooking. But maybe I could make like a cooking video or something. That could be fun. And oh, the final card. Final card. There we go. Like cakes, eggs, meat type food. Which type are you good at? Well, baking stuff. Like, shut the fuck up here. Shut the fuck up. Nobody knows what the fuck you're talking about except me. Baking stuff, I'm pretty good at baking if I'm just following recipes. I can like tweak recipes on the fly a little bit, but normally I'm not like baking off the top of my head because baking is definitely like more of a science rather than art, right? So I usually tend to stick pretty closely to the recipes unless I feel like I know enough about the recipe to tweak it. But when I do bake, it turns out great because I know how to follow a recipe with ease. Cooking, I'm pretty good at cooking. I've gotten a lot of compliments on my cooking from people who have eaten whatever food I've made for like dinner and stuff like that. I've gotten compliments on my food, so I would say I'm pretty good at cooking. Alright, so we got all the cards for you, Lemon, for your love reading and advice on that. In order of left to right, we have the Judgment card, we have the Magician card, and we have the Reverse Strength card. So all three of these are major arcana. This is a big milestone for you. This is a big chapter in your book. This is like a title card, if you will. It's a lot. It's a lot of strong, heavy emotions. That's what all three of these being major arcana means. So this is a big deal for you, and I totally get it. So we start with, yeah, this is a season finale. Speaking of season finale, we start with the Judgment card. And the Judgment card is kind of like, this is the season finale. This is the end of one thing, yes, but it is also the dawn of something new, right? This is new possibilities. There's change just over the horizon. It's the end of the darkness, the end of the winter, the beginning of spring. It's tough. It's difficult. But your life isn't over, right? And maybe it sounds mean. Maybe it sounds callous or cruel for me to say this, but you're not the one who's dying, right? And I think you can't let that hold you back, you know? As tough as that can be, you have to find a way to live for yourself. And I think that's what you're doing right now, is you're finding a way for you to continue on. Because I think you know that being there for them and at that point, whenever it is his time to go, is too difficult for you. And you're going to be the one picking up the pieces at the end. I'm trying to like get that to, I'm trying to snooze the alarm for the ad so you can hear all of this before it kicks that in. But yeah, so I mean, you do have to just like, I think, recognize who's going to be left, right? You and the other girl who's in the relationship, right? As far as you're aware of, she's also still dating him. I think all you can do probably now is just be there for her, right? I don't know if you're planning on breaking up with her, but if you're if you are, or if you're not, you can still, I think, be there for her at least. It won't be as intense, I think, to be around her to help her while she's dealing with that, if she wants to stick around and stay with that. But I think that is a choice that you ultimately have to make, and that is a choice a lot of people have to make, actually. It's not one, like I said, it's not one I've ever personally had to make, but I think that is a choice a lot of people have had to make. People who have left their partners when they're terminally ill. Yes, it's beautiful and it's a show of strength when you can stay by somebody's side in their last moments, right? But not everybody can do that. And I think recognizing that you can't handle it now, right, is understandable, and that's okay. Like I said, as long as you're not an asshole about it, you know? I'm not sure yet. I thought I was, but then I did break up with him, and now things are in a weird and scary place. I don't know anymore. I mean, all you can do, I think, is think about yourself. What is going to make you the most satisfied? What is going to give you the least amount of regrets? What is, you know, what is the choice that you will feel most satisfied with? Will you feel more satisfied staying by his side and grieving him when he's gone and taking that immense amount of pain and pressure then, and then maybe over time moving forward and going on with it, you know, having that? Or maybe it's cutting it off now before it gets too deep and too hurt and you have these deep scars from the grief, right? I think that's really an answer only you can provide for yourself, is what is the choice that you will regret the least, right? If you continue to stay or if you leave now. Ultimately, it's up to you. Like I said, you're not the one dying. You're the one who has to live with the consequences of your choices. So all you can do is kind of choose what you think is genuinely the best option for you. Whatever that is. Like I said, as long as you're not an asshole to the guy, as long as you're not like really fucking mean to him or whatever, I mean, I'm sure he also understands, right? And I'm sure you're also not the only person in his support network right now. I mean, he's got family, he's got another girlfriend, he's got other friends, right? It's tough, but I think it's ultimately something you have to think about for yourself. What is going to make you feel the most like satisfied with yourself? What is going to make you feel the least pain, the least regret overall, over time, right? Because they're both going to cause you pain. I think both choices, whether you stay or you break up, both are going to cause you pain. Both are going to fucking suck. That's just kind of how it is. That's how the dice fall. That's how the cards lay, right? But which is the choice that you would be most satisfied with? That's all you can do, right? When you have that conviction, it helps you move forward, regardless of whatever that choice is. We follow it up with the Magician, right? And the Magician is a card of seeing the potential in something, right? You look at this, you look at the marble, you look at the stone, and you can see the beauty of what can come out of it, right? Magician is somebody who uses their intellect and their resources to carve a way to create something beautiful. There's somebody who is a sculptor, right? They see that spark of potential. They want to bring it to life. It's somebody who wants to make something wonderful, who wants to make something beautiful, who wants to make something memorable and everlasting. That's the beauty of the Magician, right? And then we follow it up with the reverse strength card. And the reverse strength card is bullheadedness, stubbornness, being, you know, your strength becomes a little bit overwhelming in some instances, right? You can think of it in the sense of somebody who's kind of going a little crazy. They're very much kind of charging forward without too much thought, right? Like a bull in a china shop. Somebody who's kind of running past people and maybe even running over people. And I think that's kind of like the thing of like, sometimes we gotta slow down. We gotta stop. We gotta think. You know, we gotta plan our route of where we want to go. But I think ultimately this is something you have to think about, right? This is something you have to do for yourself. But I think whatever happens, this is a new chapter for you, regardless of what you pick. This is a new chapter in your life, and there will be a new chapter in your life after him, right? I think the Magician is really resonating with me because that's something I explicitly did not have with him. He was dying. He still is. I don't get to look at our relationship and imagine something beautiful for the rest of my life. I think it's because you kind of already have. I think you kind of already have started imagining something, the potential future you could have had with him. And I think it's okay to mourn the loss of the potential, but I think there's still the possibility for you to carve memories now, and those memories will still last when he's gone, right? You are the one who's still alive after he's gone. You carry those memories. You carry his life with you when he's gone, right? That's how we preserve the people we've lost. That's how we keep them alive in our memories, through remembering their favorite foods or their favorite hobbies, or, you know, what they enjoyed, right? When you see something, you're like, oh my God, they would have loved this. They would have enjoyed doing this. Oh, he used to eat his snacks like this, right? They're alive as long as their memories are alive, right? And I think you can carve something beautiful by creating those memories, by making sure that those memories can be shared with the world, right? Like, honestly, my little brother would have really loved the guy she was interested in wasn't a guy at all. He was a massive like rock fan and Nirvana fan, and he was the one who got me into a lot of that music myself. And I think about it and I'm like, he would have loved it. He would have loved it. And it feels like such a shame that I can't share that with him, right? But what I can do is enjoy it. What I can do is think, oh, this is such a wonderful thing. I should enjoy it for him, right? Like, I've been thinking I want to try playing the Devil May Cry games, because Devil May Cry was one of his favorite game series. Devil May Cry was like a huge one that he was a big fan of. Devil May Cry and Final Fantasy, which I really gotta play Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core again. I need to get it off his Steam. It's on my wish. I need to buy it because I really want to play it. But that was like one of the first games that we bonded over, right? So I really would want to play Devil May Cry for myself, because I remember him playing. I want to play Kingdom Hearts because I used to watch him play it on the PS2 in the garage, right? There's so many games that I want to play because I want to share in what he loved, even though he's not here anymore, right? When I make ramen, I think about the way he used to make ramen. He would get the creamy chicken ramen and then he'd cook it and he'd put a slice of American cheese on it, right? That was his way of making ramen. And so I share his ramen recipe with you in case you guys want to make his favorite ramen. And sometimes he would get so high that he would forget to put water in the ramen and he would burn the ramen when he microwaved it. That would happen so often, right? I know so much about making edibles, and I don't smoke weed. I don't do anything with weed. I know this because he wanted to know how to make edibles. So I would look that shit up for him, right? I'd be like, oh, this is how you make stem tea because he wanted to know how to make stem tea. Here's how you make weed butter because he wanted to make weed butter because he wanted to bake, right? So I have all of this knowledge in my head, all this shit. I don't even do weed, right? But I have all this knowledge and I share it with you guys because I know a lot of you I know a lot of you partake in weed. It is legal here. It is legal here. I would like to say that it is. You can legally do it for recreational purposes here. But like, I share that with you because that's what he would have wanted. I drink a delicious cocktail, and I think about how much he loved alcohol, and even though he definitely shouldn't have. I share these memories with you, even though he's not here anymore. He's been gone for a while, and now that it's been a while, most days are easy. Most days are easier, but every now and then I get reminded of something that he would have loved, right? I get reminded of something that he used to do or something that he would have enjoyed. And I think it's such a shame that I can't share it with them, you know? But all you can do, I think, is find the memories that you do have with them and carve those beautiful memories into existence with other people. You know, that's just how grief goes. That's how it works. Finding these beautiful memories to hold on to. When we lost Poe, fucking last month, we lost Poe, my roommate's dog. I have so many pictures of him. And I'm still getting used to how quiet the house is now that he's not like running around up and down the hall, right? It's hard. I still expect to hear him in the living room, you know, and I don't. The house is quieter now. The house is emptier now in a way that I'm still not fully used to because it's only been a month, you know? But all you can do is just remember the memories that you do have, indulge in the memories that you do have, that you've already carved together. That's something I learned a lot about him. He was big into like oils and tinctures because he can't smoke. Lung cancer isn't very conductive to that. But he always do a tincture and whatever liquor he had on hand. Yeah, so I think there are ways, I think, to honor and share in somebody's memory and to build your own future, even if they can't be in it, you know? I mean, in terms of somebody who's not even dead, you know, I have memories of past partners, things I used to do with past partners, that they're alive. They are alive. We're just not together anymore. But I think about things that they used to do, right? Like I remember when my ex-girlfriend and I both watched the fucking the Grandmaster Demonic Cultivation, Moda Zushi. We watched the anime, the donghua for that, and they had these like animated commercials for these like cone ice cream. It was basically like drumsticks, but it was like their brand of drumsticks. So we went to the grocery store and we bought drumstick ice cream so we could eat drumstick ice cream while we were watching the donghua. Yeah, grief can stem from any form of separation. So now when I see drumstick ice cream, I think about that. You know, I think about the memory of that. Like I said, she's alive. She's alive. She's doing great. She's having a great time. We're just not together anymore. But I still think about my memories with her, and I think fondly on those memories, like I do with other relationships that I've been in. They're not dead, but you know, our relationship doesn't exist anymore. But I still think about what we had before, and I mean, you can do that with, you know, any kind of grief. I think you just have to realize what's going to be the best for you and for how you can move forward in your new chapter in your life as you move on, as you continue picking up the pieces and moving on in your life and where you want to go, you know? But yeah. He always had a specific regret / vent that he couldn't smoke cigars anymore. I will say, I hate the smell of cigarettes, but I do low-key kind of like the smell of cigars. They smell a lot better than cigarettes. That has like a much like sweeter scent to that. Cigarettes are so like acrid. I don't like the smell of cigarettes at all. It's horrible. Ugh. But cigars, I don't mind. I don't mind the smell of cigars. So I can kind of get behind that. But yeah, I think getting to know and understand all those little quirks about somebody is the beauty of having some sort of relationship with another person, you know? That's the beauty that you share in having an interaction, a deep connection with somebody, whether it's, you know, romantic love or platonic love or familial love. You know, to love somebody is to remember them, you know? Yeah. I don't know. I hope that helps, Lemon. I hope that helps. That's tough. It is tough. It's hard. You have to do what you think is best for you moving forward. Oh, that's so sweet. The Stardew Valley proposal. That's so cute. That is very sweet. Let's see. Next up is... Next up is Alex, who apparently got back just in time. Alex got wings and stuff. Yummy. He taught me how to mod that game so I could still marry Elliot too. Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, I did really love Stardew Valley so much. I just wish I could marry Krobus, okay? You can only become BFFs with Krobus. I want to marry Krobus. Why can I not marry Krobus? I feel like you should be allowed to like have a romantic relationship with Krobus. That's fine. We understand each other. We connected with each other. I gave him so much void mayonnaise. Please love me, Krobus. Please. All I want is your love, Krobus. Ugh. Anyway, all right. Alex wants a relationship reading. Let's see what we got for you. Let's see what we got for your relationship reading, Alex. Okay. Playing Call of Duty Black Ops 2 on the PS5. Oh my gosh. That game has good music. I've never played it, but I've listened to some of the soundtrack, and the soundtrack is really good. Okay. We got all of the cards. Let's put them up on the screen for you. Starting with... There we go. Then the next card is... And then the final card is... There we go. Alrighty, we got all the cards for you, Alex, for your relationship reading. In order of left to right, we have the Page of Cups, we have the 10 of Coins, and we have the 6 of Swords. They were originally all upside down, but I've just flipped them all right side up. We'll read them all right side up. Yeah, also hi, Barb. Yeah, good night. Get plenty of rest. Sweet dreams. So we start with the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups is somebody who very much wears their heart on their sleeve. They've got their emotions very easily seen, very easily riled up. Very much somebody who, you know, gets kind of worked up pretty easily when it comes to their emotions. They're very in tune with their emotions, where it can be almost overwhelming sometimes. Upward is relative. I mean, you know. You know. We followed up with the 10 of Coins. And the Ten of Coins is a card of security and stability. It's a card of finding, you know, the sustaining feelings of the people around you, creating a sort of ecosystem of people that you rely on and people who rely on you as well. It's very much like a card of kind of finding your people, finding your strength in your community, right? So hi, Swift, welcome back, right? So that's what the Ten of Coins is. It's very much like finding your community, finding your people, finding your strength with those around you. And then also sort of like doubly amplified with that, we have the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords is a card of journey to a new place, taking the good things with you, right? It's, you know, the anxieties are over. You're free. You're moving on. You're moving forward. You're on a journey to see what good things the world is holding out for you to enjoy, right? So it feels to me a bit like you're moving on, you're moving forward. It's a little bit scary, but you're excited to see where it takes you. You know, it feels like you're kind of, you're finding your people. You're finding where you are right now when it comes to love. And I think you've built a good community for yourself where you can feel safe, you can feel secure, you can feel like you're where you want to be, right? I think you have a lot of good things going on for you right now when it comes to your relationships with other people. It feels like you're in a very stable position, you know? It feels like you've got a lot of people who care about you and who are looking out for you. And I think likewise, you're also doing your best for them as well to show them that you care about them just as much as they care about you. And you're trying to put those vibes out there for them as well, you know? But yeah, it seems like a pretty solid rating, Alex. So sounds like a good thing. There you go. I hope that helps. Maybe that gives you some encouragement. Next up is Swift. You got it. Crispiest Lemon, you're a very, very good girl, and I'm very proud of you. Very good girl, Lemon. There you go. There's your redeem. All right, let's see what we got for Swift's reading. I'm glad you're having a good time, Jeremy. Again, no clue what to expect for this? Yeah, no worries. I think the best thing is to just see what parts of what I say feel like they resonate with you, right? Because I don't always hit, I think, everything on the head. I'm kind of going based off of vibes, my own personal experiences, things I've heard from other people that are close to me, things that I've experienced for myself, you know. Also, I found pajama pants that fit. Does it feel good? Does the smooth leg skin feel good with the soft fabric? You gotta tell me. It's like heaven, bro. But yeah, I think just keep an open mind when it comes to tarot. Allow yourself to think, does this card apply to me? Do I feel like this card resonates with me? And I think you'll find that you can get a lot out of it, you know? Context, by the way, question was mainly left because my best friend that left coming up on 3 years ago. Yeah, the loss of a best friend is hard. It is really difficult. I've lost some good friends myself before in the past, and that shit sucks. Well, let's see what the cards have to say. What their advice is for you. I tell you my legs have melted. I told you, I know what I'm talking about. That's the best part whenever you shave your legs, is putting on the really nice, fancy pajama pants that are like super soft. Oh, it's such a good feeling. It's about the texture. I got pajama pants on every day. Yeah, I'm wearing pajama pants right now. Mine are like these fleece Hello Kitty pants. They're very cute. They're like my favorite pajama pants. Let's see what we got for you. I couldn't tell you what mine are. I just know my girl bought us matching ones. Oh my god, you're wearing matching pajama pants. That's so cute, actually. I love those matching pants. I think that's such an adorable thing when people do that. I usually don't wear pajama pants, but this is also the first time I've really shaved my legs like really properly nicely. It's nice, isn't it? I was right. I was right. It feels good. Alright, let's put these up on the screen for you. Alright, Swift. Starting with... You've never misguided me even once. I'm glad to hear it. There we go. Alright, we got all the cards for you, Swift. I still remember the reading you gave me when I actually started dating the guy I just broke up with and got a reading about. Oh my god, you still remember? I have no clue what I told you. I forget all of the reading. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just yapping. But if it resonated with you, I hope it did. I have no clue what I'm looking at. Don't worry, I'll explain it to you. I'll explain it to you. Don't worry. This is just so you can look at the pretty art of the cards as I talk about them. That's why it's up on the screen. It's just so you can look at the pretty art of the cards. He told me to remember it wasn't my responsibility to save him. Damn. That sounds cool as fuck. Did I really say that? I know, I said cool shit like that. That would be a lot of readings to remember. That is true. Yeah, considering I do this like every Thursday. I don't know, man. I speak my mind on this shit. I don't really think too hard about like a lot of the stuff. I just kind of say how I'm feeling and what I feel like I think you need to hear in the moment. And then I move on to the next reading. I don't know. If I said something cool like that though, I'll take the credit for it. If I said that, sure, I'm sure I did. Yeah, totally. Alright, well, Swift, we got all the cards for you for your reading. For how do you deal with the past loss? In order of left to right, we have the reverse Nine of Cups, we have the reverse King of Wands, and we have the Justice card, right? So we start with the reverse Nine of Cups, right? And the secret to great wisdom was brain off, maximum vibes. It's true. It's true. Very much. The reverse Nine of Cups is a card of things are not always what they seem, you know? It stuck with me. It was a thing that gave me the strength to go through with it. Well, I'm glad it could give you strength. Things can be tough in life, so if the silly little things I said as I'm telling you my little tarot card readings, if it was something that could give you strength, then I'm glad it could. You know, like I said, what matters most is I think finding the path for you where you live with the least regrets. I can't say you live with no regrets, because everybody has regrets. Everybody has things that they wish they could have done, things they wish they could have done better, things they wish they could have done at all. But I think just the best way you can live is by doing all you can to have the least amount of regrets that you can, to feel satisfied, you know? I think that's the best thing you can do. But yeah, so Swift, we start with that Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Cups reverse is, like I said, it's what initially seemed great is kind of an illusion. It's a mirage. It's misplaced trust. It's overindulgence. It's bloating. It's something you thought you saw and it turned out to be not quite what you thought. And maybe that felt like a devastation. Maybe it felt like a disappointment. Maybe it felt like a betrayal. Whatever the case is, it's sort of like the shattering of the facade, and you kind of like seeing how things really are, right? That's what the reverse Nine of Cups is. We follow that up with the reverse King of Wands. And the reverse King of Wands is somebody who's got a lot of walls up, you know? They're very fiery. They're a bit temperamental. You know, wands are associated with fire. So it's very like emotional, very volatile. Somebody who is, maybe cruel when pushed a bit too far. They've got a lot going on inside of them, and I think it's kind of like a lot of emotional baggage there that wasn't fully unpacked, wasn't fully dealt with, and that kind of boils over in a lot of instances. I definitely get annoyed. Yeah, but I think it's also, like I said, like somebody who also has a lot of walls up. They're not somebody who very easily lets other people get close to them, or close to their heart, or close to their inner thoughts, or how they're actually feeling, right? It feels like they kind of snap a little easily, right? And then following that up, we have the Justice card. And the Justice card is actually a card about timing, right? It's finding, how things line up, how life itself lines up. So hi, Evan, welcome in. It's very much a card of balance, balancing the scales, finding what works, finding what doesn't work, setting things in order, right? But also it is a card of finding what the ends are and what the means are, right? Was this the best thing that could have been? Some things line up for a short period of time, and then you realize that short period of time was just two small lines crossing, and now they're going in different directions, right? It's the intersection point of two straight lines can only ever be one point, and you eventually move on into two different directions. And it sucks. We want people who will be with us for long periods of time, but it does feel like there was, I think, an initial assumption of how the situation was, how things were, how the friendship was. Maybe you both had different ideas of what you were expecting out of each other as friends, and something shattered that illusion. I think maybe either they realized that you weren't how they wanted you to be, or you realized that they weren't how you wanted them to be, and it's kind of like an explosion and things breaking apart. It feels very much like you both wanted the other person to be somebody that they weren't, and that was never going to happen type of thing, right? And it sucks, but it does happen. He was like a brother and everything, and thought he was doing great, so I found out like a week later. Yeah, it's tough. It is hard losing people, not knowing kind of what's going on. I think it's very hard to know what's going on in other people's heads, because, unless you're a mind reader, how can you know exactly what somebody's thinking? It's difficult. But I think there was a reason that your lines intersected. There was a reason that your paths crossed, right? And I think all you can do is think back on that point of time, You can't let the loss of somebody stop you from forming connections with other people out of fear that you'll lose them too. Because you're going to lose some people. You are. Absolutely. There will be people in the future that you open up to and that you also lose. And it's going to suck and it's going to hurt. But there are also people that you will open up to and that you will delve your deepest, darkest soul to, and you will share the innermost parts and corners of your heart to, and they will still be there. And they will be there for you. He actually is the one that pulled me out of it when I was losing my shit and wanted to do the same thing. Sometimes, you know, I don't think you can blame yourself for that. I think all you can do is just be that person for somebody else. You know, you couldn't be there for him, and that is sad. That is really sad, but I don't think that's your fault. I think he made his decision, and all you can do is to share, you know, his memory, his life, his love with other people. They're trying to help other people, opening up to other people, trusting that you will find somebody that you can also be there for too, in the way that he was there for you, you know? It's hard. It's difficult. It's really fucking tough to lose somebody like that. It is so tough. It is so immeasurably, indescribably, overwhelmingly devastating. But all you can do, I think, is redirect that energy. Redirect it, you know? When you think of, you know, becoming the kind of person that you needed 10 years ago, 12 years ago, 15, 20 years ago, right? Sometimes you see a kid and you're like, this kid is going through so much that I remember myself going through. No, I didn't make it dark. We were already talking about death earlier. It's just part of life. I think it's kind of weighing on a lot of people. And sometimes it's good to talk about it. Sometimes it's good to put it out in the open, you know? I've talked about it before. I've dealt with that stuff myself. It was several years ago, but I've called the hotline, you know? I don't really talk about that much, but I have before in the past. I think it's important to be open about the vulnerability, about the darkness, about the pain, because everybody experiences that kind of stuff. Everybody has somebody that they love die. Everybody has somebody that they were close to leave them, right? Everybody has somebody, a deep and intimate relationship, whether it's platonic, whether it's familial, whether it's romantic, be broken apart in some way, shape, or form. And I think it's important to talk about it because it helps you feel less alone. It helps you realize that this isn't some unique circumstance sent to you by the heavens to torture you specifically. You know? It's hard to describe, but since I found out I had the huge personality switch, everyone talks about how I used to be this hella nice and caring, but now I'm just a dick. I think it's hard to open up, and I get why you're scared to open up. But I don't think this should stop you, right? Like I said, you have to think about who was the type of person you needed back then. Who was the type of person that saved you, right? You mentioned that they helped you. They got you out of that same hole, right? Don't you want to be the kind of person that would have helped you as well? That's what I try to do. I want to be the kind of person I needed in my lowest moments. When I think about, you know, the difficulties I was dealing with as even a kid, whenever I see younger children, I think about how I wish I was treated when I was a child, you know, how I wish people listened to me, how I wish people would have treated me with respect. Yes, I was a kid, but I still deserve to be treated with respect. I still deserve to be treated like a person, you know? Yeah. I think that's why it's important to talk about the darker subjects, the harder things that I've dealt with, that other people have dealt with in our lives, because everyone's had something that they've dealt with. And I think realizing that you're not alone makes the pain a bit more bearable, knowing that there are other people who have experienced the same heart-wrenching, gut-punching pain that you've been through and are still here and are still alive and still laughing and smiling and forming connections with other people, I think it's necessary, you know, to realize that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, that you can still live even with the pain, you know, and it becomes more bearable. He actually put me on into making music, which is all I really had to remember him and get through it. It's the only reason I did. You know, I think that's a great thing to do, to share your love for another person's existence through music, to channel, you know, that's what creative fields are for. That's what creativity is for, is to channel all of your energy, all of those feelings and those difficulties, processing them into art, like music is extremely common and extremely helpful, right? The music therapy, art therapy exists for a reason. The catharsis of creation when you've lost something, I think, is unmatched in just fully understanding and processing your thoughts and your feelings and everything that's weighing on you, you know? I think it's okay to talk about dark subjects. I don't think there's a reason we need to shy away from, you know, that kind of stuff. Because, like I said, everybody, I bet every single one of you has dealt with some sort of devastating loss. Every single one of you has dealt with, you know, a death or a friend leaving or a gut-wrenching heartbreak, right? You have all dealt with something that has sucked immensely, but you're still here, and you laugh and you smile, and I think that says something about the beauty of the resilience of humanity, you know? It's all you can do, is to keep moving forward. And I think knowing that you're not the only one helps. So I don't mind talking about that stuff, you know? But I think the key thing here is, I think the cards are encouraging you to use what you know and what you feel for justice, right? That's your final card, is justice. It's using your actions for the sake of others, right? It's a card of balancing scales and victory, and every outcome happens, right? Everything has an outcome to it. And I think recognizing that all you can do is to take this justice and take your actions into your own hands is all you can do, right? So what do you want to do? Do you want to close yourself off from the world? Because it kind of sounds like you don't. You're scared of getting too close to somebody and maybe not being there for them. So you think if you're just not there from the start, that'll excuse you from the guilt. But I think the only way you can move forward is to open yourself up, to be vulnerable, to experience the highs and lows of humanity with other people, you know? It's hard to get close to another person after losing somebody important to you. It is hard. Nobody wants to be hurt. Nobody wants that type of pain put on them. But I think that's the risk you take for the ultimate payoff, you know? So maybe you couldn't be there for him, but I think you could still be there for other people. But it's up to you to open up, to use your experiences to help other people in the ways that he helped you, you know? But yeah, I hope that helps. Fingers crossed. These cards asking for a lot right now. Well, you don't have to do it all immediately. Slow and steady. Bit by bit, open yourself up. Next up, we've got... Next up is Condorcito. And Condor wants a work studies reading. So what we got for your work studies reading, Condor? What's cooking over there? Are you still here, Condor? Are you still here, Condor? I know I went off for a bit. Let me drink some water. Yep, okay, good. I just want to make sure you were here. Let's do your reading then. For your work studies reading. And then after that, we will do Jeremy's request for me to play my original song for you all. So hi, Titan. Let's see what we got for you, Condor. Have you been studying? Have you? Let's put these up on the screen. Well, let's see. Then next up we have I honestly envy the way you communicate. You express yourself so well. You incredibly no, you're gonna make me blush, bro. You gonna make me blush. Oh my god. I try to relate, you know? I think if my pain and my past experiences can be used to help other people through their difficulties, then at least it's worth something, you know? Then at least there's a reason that I went through the bullshit that I went through, you know? Alrighty, we got all the cards for you. Yes and no, I have truly been lacking on motivation. Dude, I get it. It's this. I don't know if you're in the summer heat area or if you're in the cold climate, but for me, it's the summer heat. My brain turns off in the summer so much. My brain don't want to work when it's too hot outside. I'm like a computer. I get overheated. I need popsicles for motivation and ice cream. I need lots of that to cool me down, and then I can focus. Alright, well, we got all the cards for you, Condor, for your work/studies reading. In order of left to right, we have the Tower, we have the Eight of Swords, and we have the Page of Cups. It's cold as hell. It's like, okay, then you're in hibernation mode then. You're either overheating or you're in hibernation mode. That's what it is. So we start with the Tower, and the Tower is the card of a humbling experience, usually a catastrophe. It is the stairs falling out from underneath you. If I was rich, I think I'd have a house in the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere, constantly moving to never experience summer again. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. I get that 100%. It is my least favorite season by far. My favorite season, autumn. Love autumn. Favorite season. Second favorite season is winter. Third is spring. Fourth is summer. I do like a lot of the things that you can do in summer, but I don't like summer, you know? Yeah, it's too hot out. It's too hot. But yeah, like I said, we start with that tower. We start with that tower, and that is a humbling event or experience, a catastrophe. It's also a broken cycle, like I said. This is why I'm like, I wonder if you've been keeping up with things, because we start with the tower, which is like falling, right? Stumbling, tripping, falling, face plant, if you will. This is like stepping on a rake a little bit, right? That's what the tower is. So you stepped on a rake. And then we move on to the Eight of Swords, and the Eight of Swords is a card of frozen in place, feeling restricted. Which I understand, I'm from Louisiana. I literally just moved out of Louisiana like 2 years ago. I completely understand 100. I actually had to get a humidifier because I lived in Louisiana so long, and I got so used to the humidity in Louisiana that I needed wet air up here. Because my it was too dry up here. I wasn't used to it. I practically grew gills living in Louisiana, right? I had to buy a humidifier because I was getting nosebleeds in the winter because it was such a dry cold. Yeah, I completely understand. 1000%. Yeah. But yeah, so we have the tower, we have the Eight of Swords, and the Eight of Swords is feeling frozen in place, feeling restricted, unable to leave a bad situation. It's that fear sort of keeping you stuck from moving forward. I'm not sure quite what this fear is, but it feels like there's something, I think, stopping you from actually taking action, right? There's something preventing you from actually doing what needs to be done and actually moving forward in what it is you got to do, right? That's what the Eight of Swords is. But it's like, but this is something you can also break yourself free from. You own the sword. You have the sword in your hand. You can cut yourself free. That's a matter of recognizing what you need to cut yourself free from. What's up, Poyo? Hi, baby. Welcome in. And then interestingly, we follow this up, Condor, with the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups is somebody who is a little wild, very energetic. They wear their heart on their sleeve. You know, I think you need more blatant traits and motivations, right? I think what you need is a good, solid motivating factor. You're afraid, and I think we gotta coax you out like a feral cat into doing what needs to be done, right? You need to treat yourself like a feral cat. You cannot just grab the cat barehanded and throw it into the bath, right? This is giving a feral cat a bath. What do you do? You have to earn the cat's trust. So you gently pet it. It gets used to it. It knows that you're not gonna hurt it. You give it some treats. You give it a little churro stick. It eats the churro. It's like, that's some pretty good shit, actually. It's a delectable, actually, right? You slowly coax it out of the box, right? You don't put it in the bath yet. You're still warming it up to it, right? So then you pet it some more. You get it ready, and then you get it done as fast as you can. You wash that motherfucker as fast as you can. You do not linger on washing the cat, right? Right? You gotta lock in on that. And then as soon as you do, then you dry them off, and you give them more pets, and you give them more snacks to make them to appease them for the horrors that you've subjected them to, aka bath time, right? I think you need to treat yourself like a feral cat. You need to find genuine rewards for yourself, genuine treats for you, and then you just gotta lock it and get it over with as fast as possible, and then treat yourself some more. I think that's what you gotta do. I think that's the system you gotta take. I also want to complain about something not quite related to, but you're one of the few people that would understand. I am sick of people in online spaces assuming I'm stupid or white-wing or making incest jokes because of where I was born. I think a lot of people that have never set foot below the Mason-Dixie line like to talk shit because it helps them. Yeah, that is one thing that I get so annoyed by, is the people who blame, like, the LGBTQ community that live in the South, and they're like, well, you live in a conservative state, so it's your fault that all these conservative laws are being passed against you. You should just leave. It's like, motherfucker, do you think it's easy to just leave your state, to leave your home, the place where you grew up, and to go to a completely different place where basically you know nobody, and to a completely different state that's across the country in some instances, just to get out of there? You're not to blame. You know, and a lot of them live in blue cities. I mean, I lived in a blue city, you know? I lived in a blue city in a red state. I was right? But it's crazy. I think it's easier for them to think that the LGBTQ plus folks that live in a lot of these rural or red states deserve what comes to them because they were born there, and they don't realize that they're fighting for the rights there too. They're fighting for the rights there every single day. And a lot of the places where they live are the blue areas also. But even if they were living in a red area, that's not their fault, right? I don't know. Some people, I think, just don't understand. It's complex. But yeah, no, I get it. I definitely get it. I only recently moved out of the South. And depending on who you ask, I technically still live in the South, though. It's very much who you ask type of thing. I live in a trailer in the middle of nowhere. I'm not only cut off from the community, but basically civilization. It's hard. It's hard. I will say, at least I did live in the city, which made it, I think, a lot easier for me because I had access to a lot of resources just living in, because I used to live in Baton Rouge. And I had a lot of friends in New Orleans. But for a while, I was in, I lived in West Monroe. When I first moved to Louisiana, because I lived in Texas actually for the longest time. When I moved to Louisiana, I lived in West Monroe for a while, and then I lived near Shreveport for during high school. I lived near Shreveport, so I kind of been like all over the place in Louisiana. I lived in Shreveport. I lived in West Monroe. I lived in Kaplan, which is like this tiny ass city that nobody fucking knows about. I lived in, you know, Baton Rouge. I kind of lived all over the place, but I think because I saw so much of it, I kind of, and the fact that I wasn't forced to kind of stay in a lot of those smaller places. But I mean, the high school I went to, they tried to out me to my mom. It failed, but they tried to out me to my mom when I went there for counseling because I was depressed in high school. And I was like, oh, well, if you're depressed, you're supposed to go to the guidance counselor because that's what they tell you to do, right? Closest city in my stretch of hell is Shreveport. Oh my god. Yeah, I used to live in a tiny ass town near Shreveport. Nobody ever knew what the town was, so I would just say that I lived near Shreveport Bossier, because nobody knew where the fuck Houghton was. So but yeah, I used to live in Houghton. Yeah, nobody knew that, so that was the only place you would go, was the fucking boardwalk, because that's all they fucking had. So you go to the boardwalk to hang out with your friends. And I went on dates with my girlfriends there. I know where fucking Houghton is. I got friends from there. Holy shit. Let's go. Yeah, I went, that was the school that tried to, oh my god, they shut down everything on the boardwalk. Dude, that was like the only place you could go. That's crazy. That was like where I went when I was in high school. I would go to the boardwalk and I'd go to the arcade. And I would play Dance Dance Revolution with my friends. And then I'd go to the mall. And I'd go to the movie theater. Oh, and Build-A-Bear. And I'd steal the little bows. You're lucky to God now when you did. There's nothing left. That's crazy. Everything in the mall shut down too. Yeah, dude, the place is fucking dead. It's crazy. Also, hi, Marcy. Welcome, and I hope you're doing well. Oh yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. But I don't think the LGBTQ people who live in rural and red areas deserve, I think, a lot of the hate that they get, the a lot of like the snobbiness that's directed towards them for living where they live, you know? Like, they can't help where they live. I couldn't help where I lived. Both malls actually St. Vincent and the other one. Damn, that's crazy. That's a Mercy, thank you so much for the sub. I really appreciate that. It means a lot. Oh my god, dude, memories. I haven't been to Houghton in like fucking 10 years. I literally have not been there forever because I moved out of there. I lived near Baton Rouge after that. That's crazy. Wild. But yeah, I mean, back to the tarot reading for Condor, it is very much, I think the cards are kind of reassuring you. You got to treat yourself with like a little bit of love. You got to treat yourself, I think, a little bit more gently, and you got to coax yourself into doing this stuff, because I think you're kind of already like on the precipice of stumbling. You're probably already having some difficulties with some things. I think all you can do is just tap into those emotions that you're feeling, right? When you're feeling, you know, anxious and you don't really have like the motivation, I think the best thing you can do for yourself is create a motivation for yourself, you know? Sometimes one thing I do whenever I need to like lock in on things and I have my Pomodoro timer, I will have a fanfic up and I'll be like, okay, I'm allowed to read one chapter of this fanfic, and then I have to work for an hour. And then after the hour, I can read the next chapter of the fanfic. So it encourages me to actually do what I gotta do, you know? Because then I have my little fanfic, or I'm like, I'm gonna get myself a nice little brownie. I'm gonna get myself a nice little treat, a little dessert to treat myself for working hard when I'm done with this. I say that all the time. You hear me during my art streams. I'm like, after this, I'm gonna get myself some ice cream or something, or tell myself on stream what I'm gonna reward myself with for working hard. So sometimes you just gotta do that for yourself. I think you just gotta find small little goals, small little treats to help push you forward, to motivate you to keep going. Create your motivations for yourself, I think, if you have a hard time motivating yourself to do things. Positive reinforcement. Positive reinforcement. That means treating yourself to extra stuff, not taking away things from yourself. You don't want to punish yourself. You just want to encourage yourself to do things, you know? I think that's the key difference. Encouraging, not punishing. That's the best way to get shit done. When you punish yourself, it just makes you less likely to want to do anything, because you don't want to fucking get punished, you know? So, no punishments, just encouragements. I think that'll help push you forward and actually getting your shit done and finding your motivation. Sometimes you just gotta do it. And then when you actually start doing it, then you kind of lock in after like 5 minutes. So you tell yourself, okay, I'm just gonna do it for 5 minutes. You do it for 5 minutes. If you really hate it, you can stop. But if you manage to get at least the 5 minutes done, then hey, you got 5 minutes done. But sometimes, most of the time, you gotta just keep going after the 5 minutes. Some people do want to get punished, but then that counts as a reward. Yeah, I will say that's a different kind of punishment, though, from the ones I'm talking about. But yeah, that's true. Some people do like those kinds of punishments. Whatever works for you. But I think you gotta recognize what actually works for you in these instances. But there you go. I hope that helps, Condor. I know we got so sidetracked. We got so distracted with that. All right, next up is Misamo-chan. But before we do Misamo-chan's reading, we are going to do the cover song redeem for Jeremy, who redeemed my original song. So you guys will now hear me sing my original song. Well, the recording of my original song. I'm going to play the music video. And then we will get back to the readings as per Jeremy's request. So if you guys haven't heard my original song, this will be your chance. I would be surprised if you haven't heard it, because I play it a lot, but if you haven't, now's your chance to hear my original song. Once it loads, YouTube's being really slow for me right now. Painfully slow. Okay. I haven't, but I also haven't been here since last October or something. Well, this song is officially 1 year old since March. Okay, let's see. Let's and then wow, my YouTube channel. Wow. You can follow me on YouTube. I'm also at IndieDere on YouTube. So if you type youtube.com/@IndieDere, I will pop up on YouTube. Wow. I post my song covers, my ASMR, and I also multi-stream on YouTube. Wow. All right, let's play my original song for you. Hopefully it won't lag. It likes to do that. Deep in my dreams, alone in the dark, I'm wandering lost through the night. The life I once had, far from this place, slowly fading away. It's hard to remember the reason I'm here. I can't even open my eyes. Yet I still linger, looking for light. Why do I continue to fight? And during the dark, the stars will guide me to your heart. Just take my hand, we'll waltz throughout the night. Under the moonlight, we'll dance through the pain. I'll help your nightmares go away. Out of the dark, we'll step into the light. So bright, the dawn will shine. Taking the steps, so clumsily dancing, trying so hard not to fall. What matters to me, it's so hard to do. It's always encouraging you. I'm wishing the stars with my desperate pleas. Galaxies swirl in my eyes. Trusting myself for just this one night, ensuing a path of starlight. A gentle sun plays that sings a southern serenade. Because I'm with you, I know we'll make it through. Join me tonight as we dance through the pain. We'll make our nightmares go away. Right by your side till the end of the night. I hope we'll brightly shine. Even when everything gets dark, I'll face the misfortune no matter how hard. Dancing around until I'm gone. I'll use what I've learned to move on. Join me tonight as we dance through the pain. The stars will light along the way, shining above as we go through the dance. A dreamy star romance. Join me tonight as we dance through the pain. The light will come when I find it. No longer alone as we dance until dawn. I hope we'll carry on. Yippee! There you go. There is your song request, Jeremy. Waking up to Dreamy Star Romance. Yeah, baby. It's Dreamy Star Romance. There you go. Yeah, thanks for redeeming it. Thanks for redeeming it. I hope you enjoyed. Alrighty. Let's put back on our regularly scheduled music. There we go. Yeah, yippee! Alrighty. So now next up is Misamo-chan. And Misamo-chan would like a friend reading. Ooh, a friend reading, huh? Let's see what we got for you. So Misamo-chan's friend reading. Let's see what we got going for you. Also, just a fun little thing on the YouTube. We are actually kind of close to hitting 1K on YouTube. It'd be really cool if we did. We're currently at like 980, I think. I think it'd be cool if we could hit 1K by my birthday. It's cool if we can't, but it'd be really cool if we did. That'd be a fun little birthday present, you know, just a finger poke shyly. If you do want to subscribe and check out my YouTube content. YouTube channel's amazing. I'm glad you think so. I'm already subscribed, I can't subscribe again. You're all good, you're all good. No worries, no worries. I appreciate it. Like I said, we're close enough that I think it's possible. I think it's possible I could hit 1K by my birthday, so my fingers are crossed. That'd be a fun little birthday present. Let's see what we got for you, Misamo-chan. I still haven't listened to any of your audios. Well, I did just post one not too long ago, actually. I post a new one every month. Yeah, we got a birthday boy coming up soon. Yeah. My birthday is August 7th. So we still got a month. That's why I'm like, I think we can do it. I think we can do it. I think it's possible. Alright, let's see what we got for you. Oh. Interesting, we keep getting this card. Oh my god, Anchi! Hi! It's actually still logged in Raku's server from way back when you first joined. That's so funny. I love that. I'm August 2nd. Oh my god, August gang, rise up, rise up. True. Yeah. My mom is also 2 days after mine. So my mom's is August 9th. So we usually celebrate our birthday together on the 8th. So I celebrate a day later and she celebrates a day early. Because it's like right in the middle. I only just stopping by to say hi and like, yeah, no worries, no problem. I'm glad to see you. Hope you've been doing okay. Yeah, make sure you're taking care of yourself. You're eating properly? You're drinking plenty of water? You're hydrating? You better be, or else. I got my eye on you. Alright, let's put these up on the screen for Misamo-chan. Starting with... absolutely have an entire council of people that'll beat my ass with love if I don't. Good. Good. Very important. Let's see. Next card is... I'm gonna call it a night. Yeah, get plenty of rest, Lemon. I appreciate you popping in. Oh yeah, we gotta do the sleep protection spell for you. I got you, I got you. Let's see. It's in my notes. Somewhere around here. Where is it? It started immediately. Okay, I found it, I found it. Oh, I did learn a solution for the ads, by the way. Oh, let me type it out since you can't hear me, since you're in ads. There you go. There you go. That's how you get around the ads, by the way. So you can still listen to me even during ads. If you can't advertise to me over here. Oh, that's big brain too. That is huge. See, I was just saying, so on Twitch, when the ads pop up, you know, like how my player pops up in a separate little corner. If you pop out my video player and not the ads, it'll pop up in a separate thing, and you can unmute me and you can hear me even while the ads are running. That is a neat little diversion trick I learned. So you can still listen to somebody even while ads are playing. Isn't that neat? Isn't that neat? But anyway, let's do your sleep protection spell. Power bestowed upon me by the darkness of the realm, I enact my contract with you in exchange for your magic. Absorb the darkness of my target and leave no trace, so their dreams may be as gentle as the night stars. Nightmare Devourer! There you go. I hope that keeps the nightmares away. If not, we do have a no refunds or returns policy. So, fingers crossed it works. There you go. I hope you have sweet dreams, Lemon. Get plenty of rest, okay? Good night. Right, let's put the rest of these cards up for you. So we've got the... There we go. And then this card is... There we go. Yeah, the Eight of Swords keeps coming up for a lot of y'all today. This is the card that's apparently resonating with everybody. Very interesting. Very interesting. Alrighty. Well, we've got all of the cards for you, Misamo, for your friendship reading. In order of left to right, we have the Three of Cups, we have the Knight of Coins, and we have the reverse Eight of Swords. So, we start with the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups is a card of, you can kind of do whatever the fuck you want. It's going to work out. It's going to be fine, right? There's a lot of different paths you can pick, but no matter which one you pick, they'll all work out for you, right? Success will follow whatever decision you decide to make. So it's just a matter of what do you want to do, right? What direction do you want to go in? The world is your oyster, so go for it, right? And then we followed up with the Knight of Coins. And the Knight of Coins isn't super flashy, isn't super fancy. The appeal of the Knight of Coins is that they're very much a genuine, honest, hard worker, right? They're the epitome of, it ain't much, but it's honest work. They want to do things simply, cleanly. They get it done, and they know how to get it done, right? Somebody who's very honest, very transparent, and I think wants to believe in the honesty of the people around them as well. They want to trust in other people, right? They don't try to overcomplicate things. They're not trying to play games. They're here just to have a good time. They're not here for any weird complications, right? And I think that's the beauty in a solid friendship, in a solid relationship, is just keeping it simple. You don't want to be playing cat and mouse. You don't need whatever the fuck is going on with Kira and Elle from Death Note, all right? You don't need that kind of dynamic with anybody, all right? That's way too exhausting. Sometimes you just want to keep it simple and clean, baby. And that's what the Knight of Coins is all about. It's like, sometimes the best relationships are the simplest, right? And then we followed up with the reverse 8 of Swords. And while the 8 of Swords is normally a card of like fear, feeling restricted, in its reverse, it's kind of the opposite, right? This is the chance for new possibilities. Having a bunch of time to yourself, I think, helped keep you in tune with who you are and what you stand for and what it is you want to do. And that had a healing effect on you. And I think that also had a strengthening effect on you, right? Knowing solidly and completely who you are as a person, I think helps immensely in forming connections with other people and forming friendships with other people. Because, I mean, you got your strength of your own personal convictions, your own personal morals, your own personal judgments for other people, right? You're not looking to impress others or to convince others of anything, because it's this solid strength and belief in who you are that is sort of unshakable. And you're just finding other people who are like you and who can appreciate that about you, you know? And I think that's kind of the beauty here, right? Is your strength is in finding new people to connect with, is the fact that you know who you are. So go forth and see who you resonate with. I think you'll be more than fine in actually recognizing who you genuinely click with and who you connect with in those instances, you know? Yeah, I hope that helps me, Samo-chan. Fingers crossed. Also, hi, boss. Welcome in. But yeah, there you go. Yeah, I think it's a pretty solid rating, honestly. Let's see. Is that the current queue? Was that everybody so far? I think that is everybody. Do we have any slots left? Let me double check. We do still have at least one slot left. If anybody wants to redeem it. At least one. I don't know how many we have left. Let me count. Let's see. So we did... Let's see. We did... Misamo's rating. We did Condor's rating. We did Swift's rating. We did Alex's. We did... Lemons. We did Leonix. We did Lazy and Chaos. So I think we have two slots left, actually, if I'm counting correctly, which I think I am. I believe we have 2 slots left. So, are there 2 people who would like to have a reading? If not, it's cool. I have some delicious gochujang tofu waiting for me for dinner after this. But if there are 2 people who would like a reading, now is the perfect opportunity to redeem one, because we still have slots. And I will sip my water. I convinced my roommate to make his best dish, which is this like spicy gochujang tofu that we put like over rice, and we have like shredded carrots and these like pickled cucumbers that are like pickled in like rice vinegar. Ugh, it's so good. It's so good. It's so addicting. Oh, I'd like one for this new game community I found. Yeah, let's see what's going on over there. And since you're subbed, you also get a free oracle card with your reading. So let's see what we got for you for your new game community. That sounds so good. It's so good. That's why I convinced him. I was like, I have these mushrooms in the fridge that I was planning to put in my pasta, but then I got too lazy to actually cook them to throw them in my pasta. So if you make, and I say we have like a block of tofu in the fridge, so you want to make the gochujang tofu, that'd be so good. Ooh, Final Fantasy 14. Oh my god. Let's see what we got for your new game community you found. Yeah, I recently joined an FC recently, like a guild clan for those who don't play. Oh, are they like one of those ones where they have like a Discord server? Because I know there's quite a few of those where like when you join like the guild, you have to like join like their Discord server and like talk in there, which is cool in some contexts, but I feel like that can also be kind of stressful too. Okay. Let's grab your Oracle card. Do you already know the people in this guild, or are they like new to you? Yeah, mostly so we can talk outside the game too. Gotcha, gotcha. Are they like all new people, or are you like aware of like a lot of the people in it, or some of the people in it? I'm saying this because we got some interesting. Okay. I think this guild has some drama in it. I'm gonna be real with you. Okay. But let's put these up on the screen for you so you can see what I'm seeing. All right, so we start with the first card, which is, and then we follow it up with, and then the final card, which is, there we go. Alrighty, Ron, we got all of the cards for you for your reading on your new guild. In order of left to right, we have the Star, we have the reverse 5 of Wands, and we have the reverse 2 of Coins. And then for your Oracle card, we have Mint, like mint leaves. So we start with the Star, right? The Star is transcendence. It's moving forward out of the rough patch, finding, you know, your inner light, finding what brings you joy, finding your spark, if you will. It's growth, it's intuition, I think trusting in yourself, you know, and kind of the direction of how things go, right? It can be a guiding light in a lot of senses after some crazy stuff. And then we follow it up with the reverse 5 of Wands, right? And the reverse 5 of Wands is victory after conflict, right? Generosity, new opportunities, peace. So it does feel like there's there's definitely like some butting of heads. There's definitely some difficulties, but I think there is also something worthwhile to get out of this, right? I do feel like there's some good stuff that pops up out of this, regardless, right? Whatever crazy stuff happens, I think there is still a door that will open because of this. You know, there's still something good that will come out of this, regardless. But we do have the reverse Two of Coins. And the reverse Two of Coins is a card of like mood swings. It's a card of instability. It's very much like a pendulum swinging like crazy, going from one end to the other. That's why I'm like, it feels like there's kind of like drama in the server, maybe between people at the very least, which is so common with guilds. I'm gonna be so, just any group of people put together, there's gonna be some kind of drama. But it does feel like that's kind of gonna affect some stuff. It feels like, you know, there could even be like the sense of like having to pick sides, right? With the two sides, having to pick between the two sides. Drastically swinging one way and the other. It feels like it's a lot. I don't want to make assumptions. I don't want to make assumptions because I try not to make assumptions. But to me, this reads like something crazy is going to happen that's going to kind of split the guild. Some people are going to go one way and some people are going to go the other. And I think depending on what you pick, I think it's still a good opportunity. I think you're still going to meet some good people. I think the people you decide to stick with will be good for you. But I do think there's going to be a lot of crazy bullshit. As there usually is with a lot of this stuff, especially with like guild drama and stuff like that. But it does feel kind of like a splitting situation type of thing. I do think there's still something good to come out of that, but it does feel like there's some, like I said, with that reverse Two of Coins, it does feel like there's going to be some crazy drama to come out of that. So maybe just like mentally prepare. And then we followed up with your Oracle card, which is Mint, which is a card of abundance, yes, but also persistence and proliferation. I think persisting in finding a place for yourself, being persistent in making yourself a part of the community, right? I think is also good. I'm back. I gotta make some tea. Oh my god, you made tea. What kind of tea did you make? Oh my gosh. We also do have one slot left, by the way. If you redeem the tarot reading we do still have one slot left, just in case you wanted to snag that slot for yourself, by the way, Marcy. But yeah, so to me, Ren, this reads very much like I think some crazy shit's gonna go down. I think the guild might split, or some bad blood might happen, or you might have to pick a side. But I think the side that you do choose will be good for you. I think you will bond. I think there will be some good stuff. Can I have this? You already had a reading, Leonix. You already had a reading today. You don't get 2 readings in one session. You know this. Silly Billy. So chamomile tea is so good. That's my roommate's favorite. I'm a big fan of mint tea, actually. Mint tea is one of my favorites. Peppermint tea is very much like one of my favorite teas. Also a big fan of chai. I do like a good masala chai. But yeah, peppermint tea is what I drink when I want to calm down. I drink peppermint tea. Yeah, you know the rules, and so do I. But yeah, so it seems like your guild's gonna be very active. But I think a lot of it will still be good. Here's to hoping, because I have been enjoying the community so far, but there are some people that I'm a bit with. Yeah. I feel like that's just always how it is with different communities and games. There are some people you're just not going to mesh with, and that's fine. I think just it's worth it. It's worth it, I think, is the thing to keep and draw from this is there. It'll still be worth it, even with the conflicts, even with the crazy bullshit. It'll still be worth it. You know. And there we go. That is Ren's reading. Now we got one slot left. So for those of you who have not gotten a reading yet for me today, and you would like one, I guess just redeem it. If not, then I will just enjoy my delicious gochujang tofu. It'll be so yummy. I even put a little soda pop in the fridge so it can get nice and cold so I can have it with my dinner. I had the points for it, but I'm trying to think of something silly. So have a slot. My problem is tarot. Simply I'm bad at asking questions. Some people do ask for just like general advice. Some people will just straight up ask, what do the cards feel like I need to hear right now? What do the cards want to tell me right now? And that's also a totally valid question to ask the cards. So I feel like if you do want to ask for a reading, but you don't quite know what to ask, sometimes that's a good one to get, you know? Leonix, to love, it's the most fun. You're just being nosy. You just want to know other people's love lives. You've got an idea. Oh my gosh. Well, if you're gonna do a silly one, Ludi, I'll see if Marcy... Yeah. I know that. I do readings too. I just suck at asking. I get that. I get that. Well, we'll see. We'll see. No, I know that you're as much of a sucker for love readings as I am. Alright, Leonix. I know you're also just as nosy as I am when it comes to love. You and Marcy can rock, paper, scissors for it. How about that? Alright. So if you both want the reading, you can both type in you type in your choice, but don't hit enter, you know? And then I'll say go, and then whenever you hear me say go, then you hit enter, and then we'll see what it is, right? And then whoever wins the rock, paper, scissors will get the reading. How about that? All right. No. All right, well, I think you won then, Ludi. I think you won by default. Oh, I had paper typed in. Out of curiosity, Marcy, what would you have picked? Out of curiosity, what would you have picked, Marcy? Just so I could know if you would have won. All right, what would you like for your reading, Ludi? Scissors or paper. Oh. So a 50-50 chance of either a tie or a win. Good to know. Let the cards tell us the streamer's stress management levels. Ooh, okay. Let's see. Let's see what my stress management levels are. What my stress levels at. I'll say I think it's probably pretty low, but that's because I've been self-medicating through yaoi fan fiction. I think that's been helping me. I've been enjoying a lot of really good fan fiction lately. I've been binge reading a bunch of it. I think that's been healing me. Yeah, yowie zowie. That yaoi fanfic you shared was so good. It's so good. Did you? I've also posted they updated with the new chapter like yesterday, and I read the new chapter. Oh, so good. It's a popular one for the ship too. I get why it's popular. It's fucking good, dude. I've seen so many people talking about it and like making like references to it and stuff too. It's a great fic. Such a great fic. Yeah, I know some people sort the fics they read based off of like the amount of hits or kudos. I just straight up sort by most recently posted, and I go from most recent and work my way backwards. That's what I do. I wish I could kudos several times just for fics like these. Oh, 1000%, dude. Oh. I hate when I like go to like kudos on a fic and it's like, you've already left a kudos here. It's like, okay, well just let me double kudos or something, please. Let me just spam the kudos button for them. So I got from my stress management levels, according to Ludi. Okay, let's put these up on the screen. All right. Let me comment on each chapter separately. Why no kudos separately? True. That would be nice. Kudos on each individual chapter. All right, so we start with boop. And then we follow it up with and then we follow that up with there we go. All right, we got all the cards. And you know what? Since I'm technically tier 3 sub to myself by default, I suppose I will pull an oracle card for myself as well. Might as well. It's my reading. I'll pull an oracle card if I want. Okay. Alrighty. We got all the cards. I put them up on the screen for you for my stress management levels. In order of left to right, we have the 9 of Swords, we have the 3 of Wands, and we have the 8 of Cups. And then for my oracle card, I have Altar. So we start with the 9 of Swords. And baby, the 9 of Swords is depression. That's straight up depression, baby. Pain, illness, oppression, burden, suffering, grief, all that good stuff, right? We love it. We love it. Emotional state, just yeah, the sopping wet cat. That's my emotional state, right? We tasty pain and suffering. So yummy. We follow it up with the 3 of Wands. And the 3 of Wands is a card of it is okay to ask for help. It is okay to reach out to others and to accept the hand that other people extend to you. It's all right. Whatever. Whatever, dad. Ugh. And then we follow it up with the 8 of Cups. And the 8 of Cups is a card of lack of fulfillment. It's a card of it's okay to move on, right? If you're not deriving joy from what you're doing, it is okay to let it go, right? The cards are telling you off. I know, dude. I know. They're telling me if I'm not happy with it, it's okay to let go of it, right? I don't need to keep holding on to it and trying to make it work, right? And then following it up with my oracle card, which is altar, like, you know, where you do your magic, where you set things up. but also where you worship, right? And this is a card of gratitude, but also a card of releasing burdens. Yeah, it's telling me to Marie Kondo my shit for sure. It's telling me it helped before, it's not helping anymore. It's okay. Let it go. Move on. Thank it for its service and move on, right? It sparked joy then, but it'll be better for me to let it go now and to, you know, the magical ability of tidying up and all that bullshit. I gotta spring clean my system, essentially, even though it's summer. Appreciate what it's done for me. It's okay to let it go. I don't need to hold on to it anymore. It helped in the past, but it's not gonna really help me anymore at this point. So yeah, there you go. A look into my psyche, if you will. Summer cleaning, true. Yeah, I get my little feather duster, my little French maid outfit, and I'll start dusting the shit out of it. I do have maid dere art, that is canon. I have drawn myself in a maid outfit, so now I just gotta do that for myself. I gotta clean for myself now. There you go. And there you go. I hope that helps me. Now you've seen into the darkest depths of my soul. You've seen beyond the barrier. I hope you enjoyed, Ludi. There you go. It can be tough. It can be tough, I think. Relying on other people. It's hard. I don't want to bother anybody, you know? And I know everybody's like, no, yeah, you can totally come to me. You can talk to me. It's like, yeah, but I know everybody's going through their own stuff too. And it's like, I can handle it on my own. It's fine, you know? Everybody's got their own stuff. I don't want to add, you know, to what they're dealing with. I can do it, you know? So that's my toxic trait. But there you go. There you go. Now I am going to make myself a delicious dinner. My gochujang mushroom tofu bowl awaits me. So we're going to see who to raid. Who is online right meow? Who's up? Who's up? Oh, and we have cheesecake in the fridge. Oh my god. I'm so going to have a slice of cheesecake for dessert. 1000%. That's absolutely what I'm going to do. Oh, you know, Jay is doing some ASMR. I think we'll raid somebody doing some ASMR right now to keep the cozy vibes going. That's what we'll do. So, let's set this up. We're going to raid Jay VTuber, who's currently doing some cozy ASMR. Tomorrow we are playing more Zero Escape, Zero Time Dilemma. So if you want more death game shenanigans and escape the room bullshit, hopefully I will see you guys tomorrow for Zero Time Dilemma. But if not, no worries. I'll see you when I see you. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. And good night.